Time for our last pre-final of round 6. It is down to KZ2. 10 minutes plus 2 additional laps will decide our pre-final winner. Enzo Boll took pole position earlier on in qualifying this morning by over a tenth of a second ahead of Farin Mega. Jens Tröer and Nina Gedermann round out row number 2. Gedermann running in Formula 4 with Fortec Motorsports this year. Robin Glerum, and glad to also have back on the grid Bruno Mulders. That's the name I remember from the junior road tax days a few years ago. They line up on row number 3. Daniel Tenbach and Renzo Alibaks round out row number 4 ahead of Jeffrey Fixer and Dirk van Sitthout. Bud Plug, Kevin Stehauer, Dan Zotby, Martin van Eyden, Rick Mears and Nigel Hendricks rounding out the grid. Jarno Opmeer opting to non-start at the moment. Jens Tröer, 480 points. Renzo Alibaks and Farin Mega tied on 445 points apiece. So far this season, Jens Tröer has had 2 second places, a 2/3, a second, 2 wins. Renzo Alibaks, a win, a 2/3, 2 wins, 1 disqualification. Farin Mega, his highest place so far this season, was at Kerpen on home soil at round 5 in the final. He's not yet secured a victory. And after this, we'll take our way through to the finals, and then the real battle begins. Not just for championships, but today being Grand Finals ticket day here at Chrono Karting. I'll give you an update on some of the scores provisionally. Of course, not all results have yet been ratified and confirmed, but I can give you a provisional sense of how things are looking at the moment. So the KZ2 drivers make their way onto the starting grid. Boll versus Mega on the front row. It's like their old days in juniors. This is going to be something interesting to watch. Keep your eyes on Nina Gedermann. She will not be here to make up the numbers on the outside of row number 2. Jens Tröer, the current championship leader on the CRG, on the inside of row number 2. Green flag now shown at the back of the grid. Drivers instructed to look at the lights. Here we go. Red lights on. Revs rise. Oh, and let's go for it. Threading the eye of the needle. Jens Tröer trying to get through on Enzo Boll, and Farin Mega through the opening corner. And Boll squeezed a little bit wide. Mega down to 4th place. But an absolute... I didn't know whether a couple of drivers might have just anticipated the lights maybe a slight bit too early. Possibly might be under investigation. I'm not 100% sure, but that will be down to the people at race control. However, leading the way is a CRG. I do spot that Enzo Boll is in 2nd. Farin Mega battling with Nina Gedermann initially for 4th place. Gedermann down into 5th. So through the stadium section they go. And it's Jens Tröer leading. 2nd, Enzo Boll. Bruno Mulders has rocketed up the order. God, that was a lightning start from the 292. And is now ahead of Farin Mega, who's got a three-kart squabble on his hands. He's ahead of Robin Glerum. Daniel Tenbach. Nina Gedermann's dropped down to 8th at the moment. She's behind Dirk van Sitthout, who's made up 3 places from 10th on the grid. The field makes its way through into the chicane, now into the stadium section once again. Sunshine really beating down on the circuit here. I think people are wondering, am I going to need to wear a coat? Am I going to need to wear sunglasses? Is it going to be cold? Is it going to be wet? Is it going to be windy? Well, the thing is, the racing action carries on plentiful here at the moment. Okay, false start, 3-second time penalty given. Nina Gedermann, 3 seconds. And Gedermann currently running down in 10th position. And that will put Gedermann currently at the moment on track is 10th. but effectively de facto puts her 14th based on current timings. The 13th or 14th, so behind Rick Mew is, I would imagine, in the 2:04. However, there's still 8 minutes to go plus an additional lap. Enzo Boll, in the meantime, has put in the fastest lap of the race, 44.466 by the 2:55 from SP Motorsport. He's already qualified for the grand finals as a DD2 driver through the Euro Trophy. Oh, there's been a change. A bit further back, two Burlarts going into battle, one of which needed Gaderman, the other one I think might have been Dirk van Sift out, possibly in the 277. As there is, I think I've just spotted Jeffrey Fixer and Kevin Stehauer. They've just come through out of turn number 5. And, well, we've got one driver. Oh, right, okay. 281 Bart Plurk has come into the pit lane after lap 2. Unhappy, very animated. So a real shame there for the 281 on the Sodi kart. But at the moment, Jens Strø continuing to lead the way, ahead of Enzo Boll by nearly 0.6 of a second. Bruno Malders rounds out the top 3, followed by Farin Mega, Robin Glirum, Daniel Tenbach, Jeffrey Fixer, Kevin Stehauer, Nida Gaderman now back up to 9th. And starting to slowly but surely climb back up the order. If you are a single-seater racer, KZ2 is KZ2 is a very, very good class to train your core muscles, which is you know, the mid part of your body. So you know, you're talking about your abdominals and any external muscles that are connected to that to really keep your core strength up, especially when you're pulling G-force. And you are pulling G-force, significant G-force in a KZ2 kart. So 5 minutes and 40 still to go, plus an additional lap. Enzo Boll is now closing and is within striking distance of Jens Strø. Farin Mega also closing in. Boll goes for the lead through at turn 2 and gets the job done. Mega, however, has had to wait. And he's trying around the outside at turn number 3 is Farin Mega. But they've got Robin Glirum and Daniel Tenbach right behind them. So Enzo Boll takes the lead on lap number 7. Alonso Alibax has dropped down to 12th position at the moment, so that might not be the best help for him in the meantime. But Boll is starting to stride away from Jens Strø. The gap now 0.36 of a second. Battle really heating up between Malders, Mega, Glirum, Tenbach. A quartet of them now heading through the left-hander at 5, through the chicane at 6 and 7, now into 8 and 9 at the stadium section. Boll has, oh well, Jens Strø has dropped off the back of Enzo Boll, who's just found 6/10, pretty much. As Farin Mega diving up the inside. Oh, that was a 3-1 exchange. Mega's got through. Malders loses out. Glirum gets through and now is up into 3rd place. Robin Glirum absolutely took full advantage of the situation. Mega dived up the inside of Malders. Malders lost out. Now drops ahead of Jeffrey Fixer. So again, just this, it's a cat and mouse game. So a minute, well, 1 second covers the top 2 at the moment. Glirum is 3.8 seconds behind in 3rd place. Mega 4th. Malders, I think, is trying to hold off opposition. That includes Jeffrey Fixer. Nina Gaderman has really started to move up the order back again, as she's just set a personal best lap of the race, 42.225. Still has a 3-second penalty for a jump start infringement, which will put her down to 11th by the checkered, but there's still opportunity for Gaderman to make moves. And first of all, could get through on Moulders very, very shortly, or maybe Fixer. So Fixer and Moulders are in close proximity in front of Gaderman. Moulders defends from Fixer into turn number 2. Good move there by the 292 to park the car on the racing line. Meantime, Robin Glerum and Farin Mega are starting to pull away. Now, Farin has admitted to me last week in Mulden when he was coaching Kimi Mai, who's also picked up a Grand Finals ticket for Team Germany. He said, well, Eindhoven's not my favourite track, but I'm carefully optimistic about my chances this weekend. Well, if you're catching and keeping pace with Robin Glerum, you're doing a standout job, young man. Renzo Alibax, I think, has become the latest driver. And yeah, we've just seen Renzo's car in the pit lane. A real shame for Alibax, who did a really fantastic move around the outside at turn 2 at Kerpen back earlier on this year at round 5. But there's still an opportunity here for some drivers to make a move. Now, Farin Mega could do himself a very big favour here if he can get past Robin Glerum in the dying stages of this race. So, right, we've got another start line infringement. Martin van Eyden, and now new track record by Enzo Bol in KZ2. 41.679 seconds by the race leader. So Bol brings us on to the second from last lap. He's got a 2-second advantage over Jens Sturr. Robin Glerum third, Farin Mega still fourth. Daniel Tenbach, Bruno Moulders, Jeffrey Fixer, Kevin Stehauer, Dan Zotfi and Doug van Siftout ran at the top 10. What's happened to Nina Gaderman in the meantime, I wonder? Last lap around, well, did a 45.4 on lap number 11, so not too sure if there might have been a drama there for Gaderman, possibly if the driver was trying to overtake or she was trying to engage into an overtake herself. But the timer is now going to hit 0. 2 laps to go. So literally he was on the wire for Enzo Bol there. But Enzo Bol has done exactly what he's needed to do and started from pole position. Had Jeffrey Jens Sturr trying to get through the inside of both, well, the middle of him and Farin Mega on the start. But Jens Sturr will still continue his way to being in the top 3 as we're on the final lap. Farin Mega not that far behind Robin Glerum, but it could be too little too late. Daniel Tenbach, a further 9/10 back in 5th place, ahead of Bruno Moulders, Jeffrey Fixer, Kevin Stehauer, Dan Zotfi and Doug van Siftout, rounding out the top 10. Nina Gaderman in 11th, ahead of Rick Mewers, Nigel Hendricks and Martin van Eyden. Lorenzo Alibax out on lap 7, Bob Plug out on lap 2, but winning the pre-final in KZ2, hit at Circuit de Landsard at round 6. Enzo Bol brings it across the line to win the race, and also sets the all-time track record in the process. Jens Sturr, Robin Glerum, Farin Mega and Daniel Tenbach round out the top 5. Bruno Moulders, Jeffrey Fixer, Kevin Stehauer round out the top 8. 9th, Dirk van Siftout, Dan Zotfi 11th. Nina Gaderman will still hold on to 11th despite a 3-second time penalty for a false start. Rick Mewes, Nigel Hendricks and Martijn van Eden will also retain their positions. Van Eden also found to have jumped the start. Renzo Alabak's on lap 7 out, and Bart Plug retires on lap number 2.